We're now going to be doing the joint position error test. This is a test of cervical proprioception. For this test, the individual is going to be positioned 90 centimetres back from the wall, from the point of the target. Now in this position, the individual is going to have the laser on their head, and you're just going to ask them to have their head in what feels like a neutral position for them. You're going to do this before turning the laser on, which might give them a bit of feedback and give them a tendency to correct into a position that's not neutral. So Millie, does that feel like your head's in a neutral position?
Yeah.
Beautiful. From this point, we can then turn the laser on, and only once we are in that neutral position do we then put the target up. So we're going to be using the Your Brain Health target. However, keep in mind that for this test, you can use the standardized joint position error test target that you can find online. Now for this test, the individual will have their eyes closed for the entirety of it. So we're going to start off with 3 repetitions to any direction, but usually you can start to the right, followed by the left, and then into extension. So Millie, what we're going to do is I want you to have your eyes closed. You're going to turn your head all the way to the right for me, or as far as comfortable when you're ready. When you're ready, coming. I want you to keep your eyes closed, Millie. If you make note of each target, then you're going to correct the individual's head positioning to the center of the target. You're not going to let them know that you are doing that verbally. And then you're going to repeat and going to the right again for me for 2 more repetitions. Coming back to where you feel the middle is. And 1 more time. And then the individual is going to repeat this to the left now. Left. And left. And finally, turning your head up towards the ceiling and extending back as far as comfortable. If the individual comes off of the target and the laser is higher up, say on a wall, you can measure this distance from the target itself. So we can say +4 centimeters, +4 extension. 1, and then position them back to neutral and repeat that again. Up to extension. And 1 more here. Once the individual has performed 3 repetitions in each of the 3 directions, you then add up the distance of each target, and then you work out the average of the 3 test results they've got into each direction. An abnormal finding is an average centimetre greater than 7.1 centimetres. So you can break that down into each plane of movement. Keeping in mind, outside of using this as an assessment, you can also use this as an exercise to help retrain this skill as well.